Dowse, we're just a couple of days out from our FA Cup clash with Welling United. How are things around the club leading into it?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Lads training well. On a supporters meeting on Tuesday, which I enjoyed, seeing some of them and having some feedback and stuff like that. I enjoyed that. Always do. Then the lads training well. Looking forward to the game. I've got 1 or 2 back, which will be handy. I think there'll be a few back. Maybe he's up to 4 or 5 back. Maybe he's 5, maybe. So that's going to help her. A great game, local derby in it, you know, and I've known Danny a long time, and the bottom is we both probably haven't had starts what we wanted. We're both on the wrong end of the table, but at the end of the season we won't be there, but we won't be there either. So we'll both climb the table. So it should be a cracking game. I hope we get a good crowd. I hope we get a good atmosphere. We need people on the side. We need supporters on the side. You know, we've had a tough start to the season and tough all round, and you know things haven't run our way. You know, I think we've lost a few away games by a single goal, and you know, we lost here by a single goal, but we could do better. You know, we've got to finish chances. Let's get the cards on the table where we looked at our 10 chances the other day and hit the ball a few times as well and all the rest of it. But if you don't finish them, you're not going to win football matches. So we're well aware that we need to finish goals. And for the back lads as well, you know, because we had the problem defensively at the start of the season and in pre-season, but it hasn't been that bad. Goals conceded, not that bad. But it's hard for the back lads if we're not putting chances away, because you've got to put these chances away. So we're not daft. We need somebody to step up the plate and somebody to score goals, and the chances what we're getting. But it's magic FA Cup. It's the best competition in the world still. You know, people say, I remember being at Woking and you know, beating Torquay and beating Swindon and playing Watford on the telly and getting hundreds of thousands of pounds, which you can't get. And I always say, I think it's a chairman's, not our chairman, but chairman in the world of non-league football. I always got told it's worst day of the year when you get knocked out, and we got knocked out last year pretty cheap against a team that was lower down. This time it's probably even keels. We'll fancy it because it's a massive derby FA Cup. We'll certainly fancy it. So game on, look forward to the game, can't wait for the game.
We've had obviously a little bit of a disappointing run results wise,
Yeah.
but a game like this, a local derby, the fans will be up for it. It's an opportunity to really get some momentum back behind the team.
Of course we will do, we'll get it back. I was angry a couple of weeks ago and things like that. I angry with some performances, if you like, and you know, but at the end of the day, I've been in it 18 years. I knew when it's time to stop that anger, and you know, I've been told about my interviews being a bit cutthroat, to be honest. I got told that's absolutely fine. I'm that sort of bloke, wear my heart on my sleeve and things like that. I do. So I've got, you know, because some things should stay in the change room. I get that as well, to be honest. It's only because you care. That's all it is. I'm desperate to do well. I'm desperate for the lads to do well, for supporters, for the club, anything what goes with it. So yeah, and you know, we'll win. You know, we'll win Saturday and get everyone going, which we will get everyone going. Then we'll climb the table. Then obviously, but the FA Cup's massive for the clubs, massive for all clubs. You win 2 or 3 games in the first round proper. You get a league side down here, and you know, like saying at Woking, the ex-club, we're playing Gillingham and got beat 3-2 at Gillingham, but then beat Swindon, and like I say, in the past few years when I was there. It's a great time, you have a great journey. So, you know, it's one of them where I think every non-league club would love a good cup run. We're no differently, we're desperate to get one, and it'll help out financially on all the clubs and on our club. Yeah, so it's a massive game all round. I'm not kidding myself, what a good game. Is the pressure on the players? No, pressure's on me. I'm the one who's going to get the... So I'd rather supporters really get into the players and lift them, because they need that. And you know, they've got frustrations, like they did on Saturday. Take it out on me, that's my job, that's what I'm there for. I don't really feel the pressure game. I keep saying it's for tires, you know what I mean, pressure. So all I can do is do the best job I possibly can, which I am trying to do, and have another good training session tonight. Get the right team out who's going to battle away like they did on Saturday. To be honest, I thought it was a battle hard. Get the players back, you know, even Brosy's back from his international duty now and things like that, so get players back. Which are all coming back. So yeah, I don't see there's any reason why we can't go on a run. And once we've got everybody fit, like we did against, you know, I remember the game against Charlton at the start of the season. First half, hey, but he's fit, we'll be around here. Now, I think we've had a bit of bad luck on there. With, you know, then all of a sudden against Bath City in the first game, I thought, oh, we've got the strong, whatever. Then I think we've had a little turn in injuries, and it's all right saying that some of the players were injured from last season. That's true, but we're working on that. But there's a lot of little niggly injuries which aren't going to be life-threatening or, you know, season-threatening. We're just going through one of them times where it all happened at once. Just got to get on for it, simple as that. And the luck will turn, or something will turn, and you win a game of football. So I've been in this position many a time, and before I've won championships or before I've won promotions, I've always remembered the bad times. And even last season we had some terrible times from Christmas onwards. We're just having our bad time now. Once that changes, everything will change. The way we play, the way, you know, the way people look at us, because you do, when you're not doing your job right, people do look at you differently and talk you differently. It's the nature of a beast you're in. I just got to get on with it, simple as that.
James Golding was a player who signed on a month loan from Oxford United. That's been about a month since he signed. Is he still at the club?
Yep, him and Musa have got permission to extend. Musa's still January anyway. We're hoping to do the same with James. But it's going to be another month at this minute, and he can play in the FA Cup, which is a massive plus for us. It keeps everybody right, and keeps, James has done ever so well. Musa's done well, but he will get miles better with a couple of games. That's all you need, 2 or 3 games under his belt. So we'll play him Saturday, plus I'm going to try and get a friendly for a Tuesday, just to get him properly tip-top. When he's tip-top, he scores headers. He's just there. I remember a couple of times on Saturday, he kicked the ball out of the play, and I'm thinking, just calm down a bit, but it's just timing. And, he's won championships with me at Woking, or promotions at Woking. He's played in these big games. And he's always played at a higher level. So once he's back on it, he'll help in both boxes, and he'll score goals as well. I've been after him a long time. I thought it's something we need to do in the centre half area over the last couple of years to score goals, because delivery has been good a lot of the time, and we don't score as many goals as we should. And it's happening last season. The centre halves were good last season, wasn't it? But we didn't score enough goals from set plays, and we're not scoring enough this year. I think he'll add that new dimension to it. So he will score. I think he scored 12 for me at Hampton once, and that working he scored 8. He'll score goals from set plays, which I just think with a delivery we can put in, Luke can do it, and also Archie can do it. Putting good balls in the box, we need somebody to finish them chances for. If nobody's out there going to do it, I think Musa will. But we've got to get in, we're allowed to do it as well.
You've said throughout your time at the club that it's about building the whole club rather than just the team. So how pleased have you been to see how the women's team have been getting on so far? I think they're top of the league. They're doing really
flying.
well.
Absolutely, I'm delighted about it. I just wish I could have watched them, because I've done a great North run on Sunday, which is another story. So I got, I went up to bloody Newcastle afterwards and done the run 4 years for my mum's home. I thought it was the right thing to do, because she obviously got Alzheimer's in a home, and we look after her very, very well. So I thought I'll do a bit of that and finish the run. And the worst storms in the northeast come. Rain, no train travel, no bus travel, so I had to walk 8 miles back home. So as well as doing 13.5 miles, I had to walk, and I'm walking there and you're trudging through the water, and you've just been beaten on the Saturday and all, but you've got to keep doing the right thing. The women's team are doing the club very proud at the minute. On the academy beat Woking yesterday, 8-0 and 2-1. They're doing the club very proud. I see what the supporters club are doing around the club as well. I see how the community work, and like I say, how the women's team are done, and they're all doing the club very proud. And hopefully, if this week or next week I'm going to watch them and support them. I always support them from afar, and I always ring Connor and Mac up and say well done and great. And like I say, yesterday was a good, working out all is very strong at academy level, and we've beat them twice yesterday. So at the minute it looks for everything in the club. Like I'm doing this charity game as well. I hope it's out there, and I'm going to keep on getting names out there. Where a lad of Kevin Cooper, he does a celebrity thing. So we want to do that on the 8th of October, and I've talked to Neil Ruddock today, hopefully he can come down as well, and we're going to get some big names. And at Woking we've got 3,500, hopefully we can get a big crowd. It goes to the local charities in the area, plus building the academy up as well, which funds they need. So yes, I think the club's doing well, and I'm trying to push it as much as I can off the pitch, and meeting as many. As you see, I've just met a sponsor today, so hopefully to try to get him involved in the club as well. And I mean, mate Adrian Withers has sponsored the dugouts for a good set of money, and people are trying to help us out, and I appreciate that as well. But if the first team's not doing well, that is my job, to get the first team cracking. And people may say I've spent a lot of time doing all this stuff. I've got memorabilia here, Paul Scholes. Anybody want Paul Scholes top and writing gigs? And me trying to build a club up and raise money and help out any way I can. I've always been like that. And usually the last 5, 6, 7, 10 years it's been great. But when results aren't good, that's what I'll be judged on. So I can help the academy, which I do, try to do as much as I can. Last season I help, not so much help the girls team, but support the girls team, because they don't need my help. They're doing well, but come support them and help out coaching the kids, and go and meet local people in pubs, and meeting a fella who I just met at the David Lloyd Centre and asked him for a cup of coffee, and whoever your bills, my best mate can sponsor the club for 20 grand or whatever it is, or whatever. I can do all that, but if I'm not getting results on this Saturday, I'm not that great at people, so I get all that as well. All I can do is keep doing the stuff, because it's pointless me not getting results and saying, well, I'm not going to do it anymore, and I'm not going to do a Great North Run, I'm not going to meet this fella to try to get 5 grand or whatever, or I'm not going to get me mate to sponsor for 20 grand or get £1,000 here and help the club and help. That's all I'm doing, just help now. Or I'm not going to go and meet the chairman, I'm going to hide. It's pointless me doing that. Yes, frustrated guy last month. But if I stop doing them things, I'm cheating the club a bit, and I'm cheating my job, and I won't do that. So I've got to get results. I've got to start getting them. The board think I put too much pressure on myself, and of course I will. And it's been a massive help. I'm not daft at Dartford. Where we are isn't good enough for Dartford where we are, and I need to climb the table. We will do. I'm massive. If I didn't, then I wouldn't be sitting here. And we need to talk. But like, listen, on Saturday is the pressure on the game both ends. Danny will probably think so. I'll probably think so because we both want to do well in the FA Cup and beat each other. Local derby for supporters, for that we were doing well in the local derbies last year. So a massive game for the club. But I want the pressure to be on me, not the players. So I think the players need everybody's support. If I'm asking supporters, if it can't help, get behind the team, be for them. Of course they're going to give me stick if it's not going the way we want it to go. I'm in that position at the minute. 5th bottom of the table or whatever. I get off 6th bottom of the table. So, but they need to help with 6 points off the playoffs. We believe we'll get in there. Like every time, like I keep on broken record. Every time I've been in this league, I've always been in the playoffs or went promotion, and nothing will change this season, in my opinion. But we need everybody's help, and we don't need me at the minute, supporters, some of them, but I need them to be on the side. If it be on our side, we'll not be far short.
Cheers, Dowse.
No problem.